Good morning. You're listening to What's New Today, a podcast channel where we explore the current events shaping our world through the eyes of young children. This is Sangeeta, your host from India, and to talk about a new story relating to the Paris Olympics 2024, I'm joined by.
Hi, I'm Agastya Deshpande. I'm 11 and a half years old. I live in Mumbai.
I am Anindya Chaudhary. I am 9 years old. I study in Bombay Scottish School. I live in Mumbai.
Hi Anindya, hi Agastya. Now, for our listeners' sake, we should clarify that neither of my young co hosts know what the news story is. So, I'll be reading aloud the first couple of lines of the news, and then they can guess what the rest of the story is by asking me questions, making a few guesses along the way. And here are the first few lines of today's story. In every Olympics, you have participants representing different countries. However, there is one group of participants that is different. They compete under the same flag, but they speak different languages. They come from different parts of the world. They participate in the Olympics like this for a special reason. What group of people am I speaking about?
Simple. The contestant might not be participating because it got injured or something like that. They will participate in the Paralympics.
I thought you might say this. So this is not the Paralympics. This is the Olympics. So Anindya's idea is all injured Olympian athletes will come together and participate under the I am injured flag. Am I right?
Maybe.
No.
Oh,
The answer is no.
maybe is it because there is some that specific country does not? Maybe there's a very high crime rate and they don't really. Well, there's some problem with the country that can't let them really participate.
Fabulous. You're very, very close.
To put it in short, there's a problem with a country like crime or poverty or something that can't really let them participate. For example, in a few countries, in some countries like Iran, girls are not treated equally. So imagine combining that with them having an interest for participating in the Olympics. In the end, they might not be able to because there's such a high crime rate, terrorism rate, and they are not treated equally. So perhaps they are not going for that country, but they don't have to represent their own country in which they originated from, which has a set of problems that does not let them participate.
Fantastic deduction work, Agastya. I am totally bowled over by the extent to which you've been able to reason this out.
I think that if a contestant has gone to jail or done something illegal, like broken the laws or something like that, they form on their own flag.
So it'll be like a skull and crossbones of pirates. It'll be like all criminals who are fantastic at various sports come together, band together, and here we go as the international criminal team. Is that your idea?
Okay, not such a harsh crime. A crime in which there's a penalty.
Like someone who's shoplifted a bunch of apples from a supermarket, not someone who's murdered. Such people can be allowed to run a
Also.
100-meter race. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Is he trying to say that they did a crime? After staying for a certain time in jail, they got free, but maybe since the society does not accept them uh, because of their own country, they again join and make their own flag. Is that what he's saying?
Yes.
Two people who are wearing the hat of sociologists today. I don't know if you've read. Have you heard of an author called Isaac Asimov?
No.
Yes, but not the. I've not read his books, and I'm not sure of the names of the books.
I think, Agastya, you should read his books. There's a book series he wrote called Foundation series, in which the star power character there in it He's a sociologist. So, since both of you are so brilliant in wearing the hat of a sociologist, I highly recommend you read that book series. Agastya got pretty close to the real answer. Anindya, you got a little bit off on the criminal part, but overall, both of you are kind of on the right track. So, I'm going to give away the answer. Are you okay?
All
Fair
right.
enough.
So these are all those people who are refugees who have fled their respective countries and who have sought asylum in other countries. So typically, these are people who have fled war zones or conflict zones or countries where things are very difficult, just like what Agassi said, countries where women are not permitted to participate in many sports. So these people come together and they form what is called the refugee team. The International Olympics Committee started putting together a team of participants exclusively made of refugees from 2016 onwards, which is 3 Olympics ago or 2 Olympics ago. I'll give you one story and I'll leave you with that story. There was this girl. She lived in Syria and she was a very good swimmer. So she used to train very actively for international competitions. So when she was around 13 or 14, a war broke out and there was a conflict in Syria. And after a year, when she could just not take this any further, she and her sister, who were both star swimmers, left Syria and they walked and walked and walked and walked and walked. And then they reached another country called Turkey. From there, they walked and walked and they reached the Mediterranean Sea. From there, they found a boat that they all jumped into. But like them, there were hundreds and thousands of people who were all waiting to take a boat to escape from there. So a boat that could have taken maybe 10, 15 people ended up taking some 100, 150 people. So some 150 people sat in the boat and they went across the Mediterranean Sea. Not midway, a little closer to the destination, the engine gave away. The boat stopped moving. The sea was really rough.
The boat crashed, and then the star swimmers helped everyone to land.
They can help 150 people.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Wait, there should be other swimmers in there who could help people who don't know how to swim.
So what
Good thing I know how to swim.
Yeah, if you were in that dingy, I'm sure you can help those 2 girls. But here's what those 2 girls did. Since Anindya was not available on that dingy at that point in time, the 2 girls jumped into the Mediterranean Sea and they physically swam and pushed the boat for 3.5 hours. The country they reached was Greece, and from Greece they walked across Greece, and I'm sure they probably got other modes of transport. I don't think they continued walking beyond a point. They finally reached Germany, and when she was in Germany, somebody who saw how well she swam in a public swimming pool decided that she was excellent. So she got trained by a very good swimming coach in Germany. I don't think he asked for any money. And then in 2016 Rio Olympics, she was part of the refugee Olympics contingent. There's a brilliant movie that's available on Netflix. It's called The Swimmers. It was made on these 2 sisters.
I think I watched this. It was really good. Because I like a lot of scenes. The time she's swimming, the time she's doing her training, and she is happy about it. Most women don't get the opportunity to do such a thing. She pushed herself.
Here's the most important question. Why do you think there is a refugee team? What role do you think it plays?
Because
Yes, Al.
otherwise the refugees won't be able to participate.
Yeah, so they create opportunities for people who really want to participate in things like the Olympics, the sports, in places that have problems. Like, I want to really participate in the Olympics, prove this to the world. And perhaps a refugee team to also motivate people and to alert them that we are here and that you can join us. You have an opportunity.
Absolutely right in spirit. I just wanted to add one tiny little point from my side. Also, in the last 20, 30 years, there have been a lot of countries which have faced serious war and conflicts. So people have fled from these countries, typically into European countries, where they also have a lot of facilities for training and they have great coaches also. So Europe is seeing a lot of refugees coming. These refugees are fantastic talent, but they are not citizens of their country. So they don't have the opportunity to participate in the Olympics at all. So that is one other reason why a separate contingent for just refugees was created very recently by the International Olympics Committee. How did you like this story?
I liked it a lot.
Amazing.
In which case, we need to do a quiz time. Can we do a quiz time
It's
now?
my favorite part now.
Okay. In which Olympics was a refugee contingent introduced for the first time?
2016.
Question true, true or false? The refugee of each country will carry a flag representing their own country when they participate. Is this true or false?
False.
False. See, I don't think they will choose a flag. I think they would already take the refugee flag, which is there.
The last and the final question. In your opinion, is Europe seeing more refugees in the last 5 years than it did, say, 50 years ago?
Wait, yes.
European countries are actually facing wars. There's a Israel-Palestine war.
Even Russia-Ukraine war.
Some war.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to hear from each one of you, one of your favorite episodes on What's New Today that you've listened to and you've really enjoyed.
The earthquake one in which your dog, the search rescue, that one.
The story about how
love it.
some dogs become search and rescue dogs and it help people
Yeah.
be retrieved from beneath the debris
Yeah, I
after
think
an
that
earthquake.
one. I think that one's my favorite. But I actually like 20 question style episode a lot.
The episode I want to recommend, some orcas start ramming into the ships and they ram into the ship and cause a lot of havoc, and then scientists find out that they are actually trying to play with the ship thinking it's something.
Yeah, I think they think that the ship is some kind of aquatic animal.
You know, this story is still ongoing. Even today, there are parts of the Atlantic Ocean
Still
that
happening.
that many yachts and ships avoid because there are still orcas, and we should clarify what orcas are, right?
Orcas are a kind of
Type
carnivorous
of blue
sharks.
whales.
They're killer
Yeah,
whales.
killer whales. They're called
Yeah.
killer whales. And actually, if you're swimming in the Atlantic Ocean, be aware to not go in the Bermuda Triangle and stay away from orcas and sharks.
I will definitely remember that the next time I jump off a ship
And
in the
one
middle of the Atlantic Ocean to
One
not
more
head
thing,
in the direction of the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah. Coming back to the story that Agastya was saying. So there are a group of orcas or killer whales that you can still find today, where frequently we have news stories coming about how these orcas ram into ships. So I think more often than not, scientists are of the opinion that they are not really trying to topple the ship or hurt someone. It just seems like an interesting toy to them. So a lot of the ships that have to pass through that zone avoid that area completely. Wonderful. So I will leave a link to both the episodes that Anindya and Agastya have recommended in the show notes below. That's
And I have
it.
one more question.
Hmm.
Is there any episode on What's New Today about the Bermuda Triangle? Because the Bermuda Triangle is the most dangerous part of the water places?
My question is, do you think I should be doing an episode on the most dangerous place on earth? Do you think kids will be
Not
afraid?
exactly the most dangerous place on earth. There's an
Hmm.
Area 51 that has living aliens on it. It's
Oh,
the most dangerous water area on earth.
okay. Do you think kids will be comfortable listening to the most dangerous water area news story?
Not
It's
small
not
kids, but
re-
teenagers could. And parents would like to keep caution of that area.
Oh, I see. Because
And
otherwise kids
ever
end up
decide to host one of those, can I be one of the kids doing that?
one
Because I
hundred
like them.
100%. When I come across a news story about Bermuda Triangle, I will 100% remember to drop you a note and we will both record that episode.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
agree to his point
All
that the
right.
Bermuda Triangle is quite interesting, but honestly, if there's something new, something very, very unique that we don't know about it, then I think you should make a podcast.
Okay, I'm noting all the points that both of you have mentioned about what I should and should not mention whenever I record an episode on the Bermuda Triangle. I need to just insert this one small ad for one of our writing courses for the kids. So, if you have any more conspiracy theories to offer, can you just hold on till I finish saying this little bit about the writing courses and then we can resume our chat off the mic on aliens and asteroids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. To our listeners, here's a quick heads up. We help children become published authors through our writing courses. Now, as must be abundantly evident from this little chatter that we've had so far, ideas and creativity are always brimming in the heads of young minds. So, if you're looking for a mentor who can channel all their wonderful ideas into one published story over the course of 20 sessions, you're in the right place. Check out the link on details about our next cohort starting date. So it's usually one session per week, priced at 1600 rupees a month, and you can register using the link in the show notes below. And also, if you enjoyed listening to this episode, please do share it widely with your friends and family and help us grow our audience. Agastya and Anindya, I had a riot chatting with both of you. Thank you so much for joining me in recording these two episodes on the Olympics. The one last week about dogs in Olympics and this week about refugees in Olympics. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.